What's up, Shinobi? Hey, you know what? If you clicked on this video, I appreciate you. If you're watching this, that means you support me and more than just my Madden and, you know, somewhat clickbaity titled series and all that. So I appreciate you, helping me out in the infancy stage of my YouTube career. So what this is going to be is going to be a continuation of Keeping It Real. I don't know if you guys have seen that. You probably don't want to watch it. Well, it is kind of funny, so you might want to. But it's going to be a continuation of that, and I'm going to call this Subconsciousness. It's basically these little conversations I have with myself that keep me going. Some of these will be motivational, some of them will be a little sad, some of them will be, comedic and borderline comedy. Not gonna lie to you, most of these are going to be related to women, but I want to start this out with something different. I'm not gonna write scripts for these. I wrote scripts for Keeping It Real. These are just going to be off the top of my head, just me talking, which is probably the best way to do this. So let's jump right into it. Today my topic, it's going to be Walmart. So as many of you, well, actually a few of you probably know, if you've seen the vlogs, that I do work at a Walmart in Florida, and you probably already know it's some shit because I said Florida. And oh my god. So in high school, I'm always surrounded by, well, in school in general, you're surrounded by a lot of kids, and the only adults you see are teachers. So your perception of adults is that a majority of them are smart. They might be assholes, but they're at least intelligent. And getting a job, especially in Florida, you start to realize that there's not a lot of people with brain cells out there. I've seen a lot of dumb people over the last year of me working at Walmart, and I've seen a lot of shit. I've seen some people that have literally made me less insecure because I can't imagine being that unattractive. I don't feel fat anymore because I've seen a lot of people who's reached a level of obesity that you have to try to get to. Like, you can't be born that fat, you had to earn it. So it's, for better or worse, it's gotten rid of some of my insecurities working there. And then what this all is about is the people who don't have fucking brain cells. So if you live, I'm pretty sure this is a global thing, well, a nationwide thing with Walmart, but they added these little gates, right, when you walk into the store. And basically they're one way. So you come in the store, you walk through them, they automatically open up for you. It doesn't bother you at all. But if you try to come back through the door, it won't open. It's an emergency exit, and it will make a loud blaring alarm sound. If you try to move the doors, they will open, but if you move them, it will make a loud blaring noise. But in clear red print, I'm talking about red background, white print, bold letters, it says emergency exit. Do not, in every emergency exit in every store known to man, there's an alarm with it. So people will go through this thing and then they will come back completely ignoring the goddamn thing, and then they'll run into the gate, and then they're like, and then they start freaking out. And I'm like, did you not see the blatantly obvious fucking sign that says, dude, don't go through here, this is an emergency exit, alarm will sound. And some people who I guess are the best of the worst, if you will put it, like, they're not the dumbest, but they're still dumb, they'll just either ram through it or they'll hear the alarm and they'll keep walking like nothing happened. But then there's these complete idiots who proceed to go through the gate, setting the alarm off, and they see the alarm and they're like, oh shit, I can't go this way. So instead of just continuing on and noting it for the next time that they come through, they proceed to turn around, go back through the gate, and stand there as the alarm's blaring and look confused. And I'm like, why the fuck would you do that? You already went through the gate, just keep fucking going. That's so counterproductive. Why would you blatantly ignore a fucking rule just to try to fix it? Like what the, why? That makes no sense whatsoever. And I don't understand it. This video is dumb. There's also, if you've seen the vlog, I wish I could have got it on camera, but I wasn't expecting this to happen, so I didn't whip the phone out, but I whipped my phone out for the aftermath of it. Lady, well, let's get the context. At just about every Walmart in the nation, they have set up these gates to kind of get people to not walk straight into the door, but kind of walk into a line in an effort to keep people 6 feet apart as they're coming into the store, instead of them hurdling together at the door. So at these gates, they have the little things where they clamp together or whatever. And some older lady, she was coming through, and she goes up to my coworker and she says, "You need to put tape on that gate because it keeps hitting my boob." I shit you not. She complained to us to put tape on the gate so she can see it better, so her boob won't run into the gate. And this, now, you're probably thinking, it makes sense. You're walking, you bump into the gate, woo wah, woo wah. Well, this gate is literally up to my hip, okay? And I am 5'7", so the gate's at my hip, okay? Gwen, my co-worker, is shorter than me. She's probably like 5'4", 5'3", and it is to like her belly button at the very most. So how low is your sagging titty to where your boob can smack this gate on a consistent basis? That shit is just baffling to me. I have no idea. I threw it in the title because it was that. Why? I don't understand. And there's probably a bunch of other things that I'm gonna remember for Walmart stories that y'all are gonna see, especially when I learn how to animate and stuff. Oh, another thing. I don't know about your state. It's not mandatory in Georgia yet, but in Florida, and where I work, it is mandatory that you wear a mask when you come into Walmart. But here's the thing, the sheriff's office says they are not going to be responding to calls if Walmart calls the police because somebody doesn't want to wear a mask. So we can't enforce it as employees. We can't touch people. We can't make them not enter the store. We can't do anything but tell them a mask is required. So they brought out this new position called the health ambassador, and we're supposed to stand outside in this hot ass heat as they shut down one door to herd everybody to the other door. They shut down the GM door, which is the door closest to all the electronics, and they opened the grocery door, left that open, the door that's closest to all the groceries. And basically everybody has to come through this door, and I'm assuming the only reason why they did this is because they didn't want to have two health ambassadors out there, air quotes, health ambassadors. They just wanted the one. And our job is to wait for, look and see if somebody's wearing a mask, and if they're not, we're supposed to say, hey, face coverings are required to enter the store, woo wop, woo wop, woo wop, and let them know. Well, they think people are gonna cooperate with that, okay? It's Florida. People don't fucking listen in Florida, okay? So I went out and did this health ambassador thing for, I would say about 13 minutes. I went out there and I was like, okay, I'm gonna tell people, woo wop, they either listen or they don't. And basically what my experience was telling people that they need a mask to enter Walmart was basically my conversations would go like this. I would see them walking up and I'd be like, hey yo, you got a mask on you? And they'd be like, no. And then they'd proceed to stare at me, and I'd be like, so yeah, you need a mask. Having a mask is required to enter the store. And then they'll keep staring at me, and they'll give me like the what you want me to do look. And I'm like, well, I mean, I can't do nothing about it whether you go in the store or not. My job is to hassle you and make it look like I'm telling you what to do. You know what I'm saying? Whether you go in there or not is up to you. So what they would proceed to do is walk right into the fucking store. So after doing this about 2 or 3 times, I gave it one more shot. I saw these 2 ladies walking up. I said, hey, yo, y'all got a mask on y'all? And they're like, no. And I'm like, well, mask is required to enter the store or whatever. And they're like, what should we do? And I'm like, well, I can't stop you from entering the door. I'm just going to make it look like I'm telling you can't go in. And they're like, I got you. And then they walked into the store. So then I realized that this was borderline pointless to sit here and tell people not to do something that they're obviously going to do, especially if there's no consequences and they don't feel like doing it. So that is absurd. It's kind of stupid. American in Florida is an experience, and I'm probably gonna have some more experiences. I'm gonna write down the topics or whatever when I get to it. But anyways, I appreciate you getting into this one. Next, next one we're gonna, whip out some motivational stuff. But this is just a little quick episode. Holy shit, I've been talking for 9 minutes. A little quick episode, Anyways, yeah. Hey, I envy no man because I know I'm up next, Ed.